a new sound is born. Incredibox is a well-known music game where users build songs by layering sounds onto cartoon beatboxers. But one day, something new emerged from this creative foundation, a strange, haunting modification known as Sprunki. A fan-made project unlike any other, it brought with it a unique atmosphere, an expanded cast, and a chilling secret hidden beneath the beat. Hammer and Wrench: The Birth of Sprunki. The Sprunki mod was created by an independent developer under the pseudonym NyankoBF who eventually became known simply as Sprunki in the community. The game first appeared in August 2024 on the Scratch platform, quickly catching players' attention thanks to its distinct visual style and an expanded roster of original characters. However, this rise to fame was short-lived. Due to the inclusion of violent content and horror elements that violated Scratch's guidelines, the game was taken down. Still, the fanbase was quick to act, preserving copies and uploading them to alternative platforms where the game continued to grow, evolve, and thrive. Puzzle piece: what is Sprunki? Sprunki is a musical game inspired by Incredibox, but with a much darker, more atmospheric tone. Players still create tracks by combining sound elements, but everything from the characters to the interface is steeped in eerie energy. There are two distinct modes. Standard mode: characters are cute, colorful, and cartoonish. The world feels cheerful and lighthearted. Horror mode: triggered by one specific character, this mode twists the visuals into a nightmare. Blood, wounds, corrupted faces, and a heavy, unsettling tone. The game becomes a musical horror story, no longer innocent. Control knobs: how it plays. The gameplay is simple yet captivating. Players drag sound icons onto characters, activating musical elements such as beats, melodies, effects, and vocals. Each character represents a different type of sound, and mixing them together creates full compositions, often cheerful, sometimes haunting. Artist palette: art style and atmosphere. Sprunki's standout feature is its duality. At first glance, it presents itself as a lighthearted, charming musical experience. But beneath the surface lies something much darker. In standard mode, the world is colorful and safe, soft shapes, simple animations, cartoon smiles. But in horror mode, these same visuals mutate into grotesque versions of themselves: twisted limbs, broken faces, bleeding eyes, and eerie silence broken by distorted sound. This sharp contrast is what makes Sprunki so emotionally impactful. It flips from playful to terrifying in seconds, and that twist stays with the player. Globe with Meridian's fandom and popularity. Once released online, Sprunki spread like wildfire. Fans began to flood social media with art, remixes, reaction videos, theories, and memes. It resonated deeply with those who love mascot horror, where something cute hides something horrifying. Despite debates over its violent tone, the project gained a cult following. The mix of innocence and darkness gave it an identity that stood out in the crowded world of fan games and mods. Microphone final notes. Sprunki isn't just a fan mod. It's a complete creative project that merges music, visual art, and psychological horror. It proves that fan-driven initiatives can go far beyond imitation, becoming something unique and artistically powerful. It's a game about choice. You can build a cheerful melody, or you can stare into the void and hear how sound distorts reality. Sprunki remains a living reminder of how fans can push the boundaries of genre and storytelling through creativity. A bright and happy beginning. Once upon a time, in a cozy musical realm called Sprunki Town, a group of 19 colorful creatures lived in harmony. They were tiny, hopping beings, funny. They had no legs and slid around instead. Each had a unique color and role in creating cheerful tunes. Orin the Orange, Ratty the Red, Clucka the Silver, they kept the beats alive. Funbot, Veneria the Green, Brud the Brown, they added rhythm and texture. Gray, Garnold the Gold, Owax the Lime, Skiles the Sky Blue, masters of sound effects. Mr. Sun, Derple, Mr. Tree, Simon, Tunner, melodic voices with sunny and earthy tones. Fun Computer, Winda the White Cat, Pinky the Pink Bunny, Jevin the Deep Blue vocalist, they filled the world with vocal harmonies. Everything was peaceful, Sprunkies could even speak English, and the day-to-day rhythm of life was full of laughter and music. Chapter 2. Gray and Winda, a friendship forms. Among them, Gray felt a little detached and serious. Then came Winda, the White Cat, who brought light and comfort. Gray initially found her antics baffling, but before long they became inseparable. Winda's friendship transformed Gray's world from gray to warm. Chapter 3. The Arrival of Black. One day, a shadowy newcomer stepped softly into Sprunki Town. He was known only as Black, always draped in inky darkness and glimmering with ominous energy. From his first moment, Gray, and a few others like Owax, felt uneasy. Though Black masqueraded cloaked and silent in normal form, he bore a chilling secret, the spark of horror mode. Chapter 4. The Fall into Horror. When Black positioned himself among the Sprunkies, a glitch bloomed, bright colors dulled, cheerful melodies turned distorted, and the friendly world collapsed into nightmare. Black, in his true form, towered over others. His head ballooned unnaturally and his face morphed into a human visage, half-shrouded in darkness. The soundscape turned into a crackling, warped radio, an ominous sign. Then came blood, breakage, and terror. Oren had a gaping ribcage and bleeding eyes. Clucker's head cracked. Ratty lost limbs and took his own life. Veneria sprouted vines through her limbs. Garnold was flattened by his suit. Each figure suffered gruesomely, bones breaking, flesh tearing, while others like Pinky, Brud, Gray, Jevin, Funbot, and Winda somehow endured, but deeply scarred. Chapter 5. Split Survivors and Shattered Bonds. In the chaos, Gray discovered a painful truth. His beloved Winda had snapped. When he found her, she was grinning crazily, with blood-stained fur and twisted eyes. The gentle friend was gone. Amid shattered friends and drowning songs, Gray fled, but not alone. He was joined by 6 survivors: Funbot, Jevin, Pinky, Brud, and possibly Sky, though only the courageous few made their stand in the ruined town. Chapter 6. Seeking Answers in the Dark. Their world shaken, the survivors found themselves in a bleak wasteland. The sky bled streaks of red. A terrible silence filled the air. Gray, Jevin, and the group resolved to piece together what Black had done and what horror lurked behind their shattered world. Chapter 7. A Tale of Reset and Repetition. In the world of Sprunki, horror is persistent until someone refreshes the page. Resetting the session cleanses the world of horror mode, but also resets all progress. Each time Black is added again, the nightmare crashes back in full force. Incredibox-sprunki.fandom.com. Chapter 8. Community, Theories, and Legacy. After it exploded online, many began weaving their own versions. On Reddit, fans say the story felt like the rise and fall of a once hopeful world corrupted by a single decision. Sprunki has a very unique mechanic, bright-colored, until you add one costume and it starts becoming twisted. Reddit.com. The creator, a 15-year-old coder, faced backlash, death threats, doxing, and swatting. Despite this, spirited fandom spun Sprunki Logic, a YouTube series with 56 episodes following Gray and his friends battling eerie forces across diverse realms. What Sprunki means now. Today, Sprunki stands as a modern mascot horror legend, a bright, seemingly innocent mod turned cautionary nightmare. It reminds us how a single choice, placing Black, can trigger waves of unexpected horror, how fragile friendships can shatter under darkness, how gamers, creators, and communities rebuild narrative through art, animation, and speculations. Even after resets, the story lives on through fan art, lore wikis, and conversations, fueling collective curiosity about trauma, responsibility, and whether Sprunki will ever truly be free of its shadow.